Hello, everybody. My name is Zojlix. Yes. And joining with me as my fellow runner,
Texas Warrior 09.
and then sitting right next to me, who is our fellow commentator. He is. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Slade.
Yeah, and we are going to be doing Lord of the Rings: War in the North. A lot of this run is going to be combat, and yeah, actually, that's the majority of this run. So, yes, Texas is echoing because for some reason we get some weird glitch where you can hear his game voice and his Discord voice.
So I will apologize for that. That is an issue with Steam picking up audio as well as Discord. I do sincerely apologize for that. I know that audio-wise, that is actually not on my end, so if you wanted to change that.
Yeah, we apologize for that. Okay, so actually, Allie, just to make sure, can you actually give Slade the voice role so that way he can hear what's going on? Because of my headset, I didn't even think about that early. My bad. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Whoa, sorry, go ahead.
I want to say one thing for anyone before we start this game. So, Miss Allie did mention the bid war going on for Two Towers. I highly recommend that everyone vote for Gimli so that my friend Zojilix can suffer a little bit.
Yeah. Please don't vote for Gimli. Okay, so we're here. We're ready to get started. Yeah, I think we're ready. We can kind of explain a lot of things how the run, while the run is going on. So we're not gonna explain too much, and we can just get this going. So I will be getting us started here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so the first trick we're going to be doing is what's known as the advanced cell glitch. So you have to play it on controller in order to do this. And so basically what you're going to be doing is holding the right trigger while you're hovering an item, and it gives you the ability to sell the item multiple times in the shop here. It makes it, and the advanced cell glitch is you are also pressing your active button on your on your keyboard as well as on your controller, so you can sell it twice as fast as you normally can. As you can see, we are rapidly building up money here very early on, selling an item and just spam selling it. This is capable because on the controller, when you go to grab the weapon with the right trigger, it makes it where you can just sell it as many times as you feel like.
And and it makes it really funny because when you go to buy things, yeah, it stacks everything, so you can see like the hundreds upon hundreds of chest pieces in there. So what we're buying here is we're buying basically a set of starting equipment that is going... Oh, I forgot to buy potions and arrows.
So I only buy potions, arrows, the chest piece that I sold, and the bow and the axe, and a better axe for me, because I'm going to be using two-handed weapons throughout the run, as well as using my crossbow on my back to really try and control the field, because I'm going to be most of our AoE damage, while Zojilix will be our high amount of our high DPS.
Yep, and I buy more armor because I am significantly squishier. And so I consistently buy more armor just to keep myself from dying. So this first level that we're in, this is Fornost. Fornost is just a ruined fortress. I could go into deep Middle-earth lore, but I don't know if all of you guys want to hear me do that.
I do.
So basically, the characters that we are playing as are I'm Eridan, and then I almost called you Slade. You are not Slade. You can tell I'm used to doing co-op runs with Slade. Yeah, Texas Warrior is Farin. And we were sent to distract this army that's here at Fornost from advancing into the Shire. So they send one man, one dwarf, and one elf against an entire army. And this was done by Aragorn. So he's really quite the war genius. So yeah,
right
a
now,
lot
we
of this
have to kill the enemies that are spawning there in order to have these guys spawn so we can get through this door and keep moving forward. The floor here is going to drop out from under us, and we're just gonna keep on chugging.
Yep.
Now, on these ledges, you can roll and get a little bit more distance and speed so you can cut the corners. You cannot just run off the ledge from what we have found out. It saves a few seconds, but it's always helpful.
Yeah, and so seeing that message in chat, the estimate for this is going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. Oh wow, I killed like a lot of goblins there. All right.
I will point out there is one thing going on with my game that is not typically a thing. For some reason, it's not giving me damage numbers whenever I'm hitting enemies. So I will say that is currently a bug on my end. I don't know why they're not showing, but I will admit it is strange. But usually, as you can see on Zojulix's end, that for every enemy he hits, it gives him a damage number.
Yep. And you'll also notice, for a lot of this run, I'm going to be using my bow. That is just because, Eridan, you notice when I hit with my sword, I do like 80 damage, but when I hit with my bow, I do 200.
Yeah, the bows are going to be the main source of a lot of our damage. I do a lot through melee, but at the same time, my main ability that I will get later in the run is used on my bow for a lot of my area denial and area damage.
Yeah, so while Texas Warrior runs around and is fighting everything, I can just kind of stand right over here by this gate and start killing enemies.
And as you could hear with that voice line, that is telling us that the gate is finally open and we can move forward. And I'm gonna go break the bird free while he starts smacking everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and take my level up here, upgrade my dex, and start building into my skill tree, getting a new ability which is an AoE cleave to help try and hit multiple enemies at once. Now that's not going to be the main ability that I upgrade and is going to really help me later in the run, but it does very much assist with these hordes here early.
So the bulk of this run, as you probably can tell by just already what you're seeing, if you've been paying attention to any of the numbers, is resource management. So you have limited amount, especially for our characters, you have a limited amount of arrows, and you have to buy arrows consistently throughout the run. For like almost pretty much every every shop we will be buying arrows.
Yes, every shop we will be buying arrows and potions. However, we will not be buying armor or weapons in every single one. We only buy armors and weapons in a couple few that have are in certain areas that typically have better weapons.
Yep, and those will be in our hub worlds. Our first one was the Village of Bree, and then our next one that we will be at will be Sarn Ford, and then Rivendell, and then Nortonbond. So yeah, this game takes place during the main Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it follows this sort of side quest line of these three heroes, Eridan, Farin, and Andrio, each human, dwarf, elf, and they go through they go in a lot of these other side areas that are not seen in the movies, and help fight back a lieutenant of Sauron by the name of Agendaur. And once they do that, and that's literally the whole point of the entire game. And so you'll be seeing us interact with some of the some of the main characters, like Aragorn, Elrond, and
Listening
Gandalf.
to them for very long.
Yeah, and we also we don't get to really hang out with them. We have like a couple of conversations, and we call it good.
As well, the main, one of our main helpers that you just saw was that great eagle, Belram. He is extremely helpful and crucial to a lot of the strats in this run, since he is able to kill enemies very quickly and do high amounts of damage.
Yep, he essentially one-shots at least early on right now, he does one-shot every single just regular enemy. And then he will do a high amount of damage to trolls. And, oh, those goblins spawned a lot later than they normally do.
I got hit while on the turret, so I wasn't able to spawn the tree. Now, right here, you're going to see one of the first things that we do with our friend Belram. There is a summoner right up here that will continue to spawn and summon enemies throughout the fight. So we're going to take him out so we can get through this little section earlier. And that way we have less people to deal with.
Yeah, and if you didn't notice in my first level up when I hit level 2, I already have my main ability, and that is a charged arrow shot. If you hadn't noticed that if you didn't notice my damage numbers, my damage numbers went up from like 200 per shot to about 500 per shot.
Yeah, and his main ability is going to be that charge shot, and is where a lot of his DPS comes from. Right now, I'm typically hitting for about 80 to 100 with my axe, and with headshots hitting for maybe 150.
They are likely heading. Then let's push on.
And as you can see, we care so much about dialogue, we just mash right through it.
But that's any speedrun, that has nothing.
Look there, it's Aladan and Elro here.
So now what we're doing is we're playing a little game of hide and go seek. We're trying to find the sons of Elrond, Eladan and Elro here, two characters not mentioned in the movies at all, but they are in the books. And we're gonna try and meet up with them so that way we can, you know, continue to fight this army when we're, you know, oh so terribly, when we're, you know, 5 people against an army, they don't stand a chance.
Now we need to take out this turret here because it does a lot of damage. Whenever it hits us, it does half to 3/4 of our health with each shot.
Yep. Hence why I immediately focus it and take it out.
Yeah. Well, I was taking my level upgrade there.
And then what's going to happen too is Texas Warrior is going to be getting on this mounted crossbow. I'm going to be actually grouping all of the enemies on this staircase so that way he can just destroy all of them, because the splash damage does not affect me at all.
Yeah, although I do have 4 people that do spawn behind me and try and make it a little bit harder for me to take these shots.
So yeah, Slade here, he has done 3-person runs with us before. We actually got a world record with him, which then Texas Warrior and I, as 2 people, broke it. No. That's because there's a lot of people.
Oh, Andriel.
Oh, that's on me. So yeah, one thing that this game that you have to do, is this game has commands where, you can leash and move your party members, specifically when they're AI. And so, it's important that throughout the run, we are keeping Andriel moving. Otherwise...
Now here, one of the things is, because I am player 2, I am not able to shoot the troll there, even though it will not do damage as far as I remember.
Yeah, it doesn't... This game, in a lot of ways, like, there are a lot of things about this game that just we don't understand. But, oh yeah, that was a troll. It's already dead.
First troll down.
Who cares about trolls?
Who needs dialogue? It's all about speed.
It is about speed.
That's what I got Sumo said in chat.
Allow me to
Appreciate it.
It is a pleasure. Yes.
But next to the dialogue. So we're going to be coming up on a section here where
This is
we're going to be clearing the area, as always, and then there's going to be a turret section that I'm going to have to take care of, while Zojalix keeps them off my back, because there's going to be people spawning in behind us as well. So
yeah, this moment's gonna be this whole segment's gonna be really funny because for a lot of it, Texas Warrior is gonna be attacking enemies, and I'm just gonna be Jay chilling in the back.
And unfortunately, there is a lot in this early areas of that. There's, I think, 3 sections where I am going to be on the turret taking out big swarms of enemies while Zojalix keeps the little peons off my back.
Oh, I didn't get a headshot on that guy? Sad. So another thing that I guess I can explain right now is while we're fighting, you're going to be seeing these yellow arrows show up over the enemies. That's where we get, at least what Texas Warrior and I call a crit. But when we hit them, we get what's called hero mode. And that's where we do just slightly increased damage, and all of our hits will stagger. It actually works out really well, because you can see I am in hero mode right now, and it builds up the hit streak.
In hero mode, you do get more XP.
Yes.
Which is the main thing.
I don't really need to worry about arrow capacity.
So, one of the cooler things, though, is yes, most of this run is on mouse and key, on controller due to the cell glitch. You can use mouse and keyboard and just use a controller for the cell glitch. But in sections like this, where I need to aim quickly, I am firing with the controller and using my mouse to aim, since it is significantly faster.
And while you see Texas Warrior shooting a lot, you'll just see me spinning around in circles waiting for more
So, a lot of them
enemies to
spawn at the end of the courtyard here until this second wave where they will start spawning from the walls, meaning that I need to shoot them on the walls and on the ground before they can get up the staircase, because the more that I can kill, the less time that this will take us. Because... So, right there I actually got a very good section, because I landed almost all my shots and got them before they could even get near the staircase. I was killing most of them while they were still on the walls, even if it's at the edges of the wall.
So now would be a really good time, if there are any donations, to just read a couple of them. Alright, actually never mind, because we just ended that segment. Oh yeah, so now we're introducing their Goblin Sappers. What they do is they blow up in your face.
Roll up.
But...
No. Don't stand too close. Roll.
Wow, we both got hit. That's funny.
You didn't get the door.
Well, I was hitting... It blew up right as I was hitting A, so it didn't activate. Oh, ow. Yeah, so as you can see there, I just got blasted by the War Machine, and it almost killed me. If it wasn't for the fact that I was using my potion, I probably would have died.
I'm trying to kill the shaman here that's trying to spawn people and put up this wall there that you saw.
Yeah, and so Andriel, our elf, has this ability called Sanctuary, where it reflects... It deflects arrows, so basically while you're standing in there, any ranged attack does not work against you.
But the enemies as well will have this, making it where our arrows will reflect off. So that's why we need to take out those shamans as fast as possible, as well, because while in their sanctuary, you will be taking damage.
Yeah, so it makes that a lot more scary. Especially since we just kind of J-chill and... Oh, I should have already started running. Oh well. As well as just It makes it a lot more scary since we become a lot more squishy.
And as y'all will notice, I'm sitting on a level. My damage isn't entirely important right this exact moment. Yes, there's an ability that will make it where my axe does more damage because it's two-handed. However, because of the way the game works and how long menuing does take, when you're trying to do that right in the middle of a fight, it can make it a little bit tedious and a little annoying. So I'm stacking it up, trying to make it so where I can hit my level 5 and go ahead and level up at the end of this bridge.
And so now here, Texas Warrior, well, we've got sappers coming, and Texas Warrior and I just kind of sit, place our bows at a specific spot, and just shoot them and hold the sides. And the nice thing about the sappers is each of them has a chance that they can drop a pack of 6 arrows.
Yes, and so even though that we're killing them far out, they still have the chance of giving us those arrows, which is really nice. And I say that, and not a single one gave me arrows.
I got like 4 of them that gave me arrows. Oh, make that 5.
The numbers are against us.
And so now they're going to start spawning on the bridge, as well as the sappers are going to be coming from those rafters that we were just shooting them off of.
Yep, and while he is fighting, since he does more two-handed damage, while he is fighting the main enemies on the bridge, I try to keep the sappers off the rafters there, killing whatever ones I can.
Sometimes let sappers onto the bridge because they can be helpful when there's multiple of the enemies on the bridge spawning, because we can use them to blow up their own enemies and own allies.
So the sapper here I just it's gonna blow up, and now you see a lot of goblins get hurt.
Where's my HP?
I probably should have warned you, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'll live. I'm a dwarf. So now we're gonna go through this door. Now, Zojulix, so you can see in front of me where that silver mist, that is a shop. Zojulix is going to miss this shop, unfortunately, because his job is to shoot this explosive barrel for this tower here.
Because for some reason, I don't really exactly know what the cause is. I don't know exactly what the cause is, but I usually end up like with a lot more potions than Texas Warrior does throughout.
The main reason for that is because once I start using my mana potions, which I don't start using really till level 9, I go through them a lot because I immediately start spamming that ability because it is so strong. And I even get cooldown upgrades, so I literally just start using my ability that uses mana as much as humanly possible. Which are they on?
And so now we've got another crossbow segment. How you doing there, Slade?
And this will be the last crossbow section for a while.
Poor man. So yeah, I'm gonna take this moment just to tell some kind of interesting stories about the experience with this run. So Texas Warrior and I started off, we picked up this run together. And at the time, the world record was 2:18:18, I think. I don't remember exactly what it was. But Texas Warrior and I were like, hey, let's just see what we can do with this. And I was like, yeah, I bet we can beat this world record with 2 people, because I watched the VOD and I noticed that they were doing a lot of side quests. And I was like, why the heck would you do side quests? Side quests are so slow. And then... so we picked it up. Our first run was like a 220 something. And our second run, we got world record. And then Slade joined us. And it did not start out nearly as smoothly when Slade joined us as the third person. And
that would be an understatement.
Oh, you know.
But it was a blast. Because... yeah, I don't really exactly remember what a lot of the issues were, other than just your menuing.
Menuing, and because of the extra person, it does actually add a significant amount of load times.
That's true.
One thing that you would not think about, but because this is a game where we are playing online we are not on the same computer, we're not in the same room, we are on opposite sides of the country, It does make it where when you add a third person, your load times are significantly longer.
I wonder what would happen if you and I were on the same machine. Because you can split screen.
Oh, good. I was gonna wonder about that.
I just thought about that. You can split screen this game.
And Zoj is going to use another feather of Balram to take out this summoner here at the top here.
Oh, Balram can't see me. There we go. So yeah, we do have limited times that we can use that ability. It's actually not even an ability. You're technically using an item called a Great Feather.
Also, on that note, since you're using that item each time, we also have a limited number of feathers that we can use throughout the run. Meaning we have to plan out and stagger when we use them and how we use them. Because it can really bite us in the rear if we mess up on those feathers. Because even having one go awry can cost us 30 seconds or more in a area.
Yep.
Like, for example, there is another troll fight coming up at the other side of the Citadel before we start going up. And if you mess up that kill on the troll, it will add about 1 minute and 30 seconds to the run. And I know this because I am typically the one that messes it up.
That's fair. Where did Andrea go? She literally has just been like walking with her staff way back here. What the heck? So one thing for this fight that we try to do is we wait a little bit for the sappers to come out. Because as you can see, we just did a lot of damage to a crowd of goblins versus just blowing them all up to, like, blowing all the sappers up together. And so we're able to kill them.
Have them group up with the sappers. Like, I'm probably going to, like, suicide a little bit here, just to make sure that they blow up as many goblins as possible.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this game is if somebody goes down, we can send Andrea, our other party member, to go. Our AI party members will prioritize healing. And so using that gunpowder, that kills that sorcerer, getting rid of any chance of the damage shield.
Additional minion.
Now here, that guy, this sorcerer, for some reason, you cannot kill early.
We have hit him with arrows, we have done everything we possibly can. There is no way to kill this sorcerer early before he gets his spawns
At least in
off.
New Game. It might be possible in New Game Plus. When you do...
New Game Plus.
Yeah, because New Game Plus, you do an absurd amount more of damage. Like, right now you're seeing me hit just under 1,000 per shot with my charge shot. And in New Game Plus, you do, like, 100,000 damage per charge shot.
And as he's saying, he's doing like 1,000 per charge shot. Currently, I would normally be doing about 240 with my axe swings, and that would be on a good day. And my bow swing hits never get that high till I am fully upgraded on my explosive arrows that I will get later in the run. And even then, he's going to continue to scale higher and higher, while I will still continue to be our tank and our AoE damage.
Yep, and so immediately here, we're in another group fight. Only this time, we're not just fighting things. We have to defend Eladan and Elro here while they do some, like, wizardy stuff. Even though they're not wizards, they're elves. But I guess, you know, elves are magical and stuff.
One got by me.
Yeah, I got him. So yeah, Texas Warrior kind of rushes in and tries to manage the bulk of the forces, while I kind of get any of them that get past. Because I'm able to do... Wait, what? What?
They all come on your side.
Right, but like, I hit one in the head with my charge shot and it didn't instantly die.
Yeah, was it one of the big guys?
No, it was one of the smaller guys.
Huh, that's weird.
This has been a pretty good fight so far. Oh
Yes,
wait,
it
they
has.
come in on both sides. What am I doing?
Yes, they do. One got by me again.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna keep beating these guys up.
So I don't do a lot of damage in these early engagements, as you can see. So it takes me a while to get through those enemies.
Oh, that was bad. Cool. That guy ran up to me while he was in hero mode, so we're just gonna decapitate him. And then we got our troll boy.
On my side.
Yep, I'm gonna headshot him, and then I'm gonna summon in Belram, and just keep shooting him. And he should be dead, like, very shortly. Yeah, he's dead before we've even, before Belram's animation even finished.
Now, the one thing that Zojulix did there, though, is because he uses Belron feathers, we both start off with 3 of them, and we can get them randomly throughout the run, but there is a section later when we're doing a troll fight where we need to constantly go back and forth with the troll feather, or with the Belron feathers.
Oh,
So
didn't even realize we're out of that cutscene.
So he needs to start saving his arrows and having me use mine, which usually in that section I do. I usually use mine. I was trying to be safer by killing the people first, so he beat me to the punch. But we're really going. But there's a troll fight later that, without the Balron feathers, can really slow us down because of how the fight works.
Somebody asked to answer this. So I just shot into the wall, but I'm still doing damage to Tharzog. This is our first boss fight. And for some reason on easy, like when I first played this game on normal, he was a stupidly hard boss. But on easy, he's kind of a pleb.
And he's going to go down with
And
one more
dead.
X-Wing.
That's literally
Get...
all it takes.
It does help that we are both constantly just shooting him in the head as soon as he comes down. We're not able to see my damage, so it does make it a little bit harder to understand. But I'm constantly headshotting him as he's up on his perch and taking him out very, very quickly.
If only we could have. Your duty to your people.
And that is the first area.
Till your
Oh,
area.
nice.
And we are officially through the first section as soon as this dialogue comes through. I do want to remind Zojulix that there is one more menu after this that you have to teleport. Okay. Yeah. I know you're usually the one that does menuing. It's just I wanted to make sure that you do that.
No,
'cause
it's
I know
this
I always
cutscene that I
forget it.
always like forget that I need to skip first.
Ready for whatever.
That I skip by mashing. Normally I think it's a cutscene that you pause and skip, but I remembered this time, so I'm really proud of myself for that.
They are both from which direction?
Now, I don't know what our best pace is, but I feel like we're pretty close to it right now.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a really good Fornost.
Like-
Upgrade my stamina there.
And we're going to do that cell glitch again, because we need money. Now, the chest piece that I bought is actually less money than the one that I had at the start of the game, which means that this cell glitch is going to take me a little bit longer than it normally takes me, because the one at the start of the game cost 60 and this one costs 30, or well, 29, so it's going to take me a bit longer than it normally does. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go up to 12,000, because I know in this next area, there's a lot of spots to buy potions, and I want to make sure that I'm getting them.
Chest piece.
And I just got lucky RNG to where I got a mace that does fire damage, which is really, really helpful into this next area where it is all undead.
Yep. And I didn't even bother buying a new sword because my swords are basically useless anyways. However, I was able to get a pretty nice bow. I didn't get my optimal RNG. My optimal RNG is my bow I can get a bow that will let me do a slow, which is super, super nice, but it's not 100% necessary.
And I will say that I got optimal RNG. I got a better bow, as well as the two-handed mace that does fire damage. And I will say, if only there was a money glitch that we could do for real life, that would be extraordinarily helpful.
These hills have an evil reputation in the folklore of the Shire and Bree, but rangers travel here often without incident. Still,
I'm looking over at Slade, and he's just like crashing right now.
stay alert.
It's really funny.
Let the man sleep.
This is no natural fog.
I can't though.
The air has grown so cold.
Yeah, so
Anyways,
fun thing is right before, well, yesterday, during the first day of this marathon, Slade and I were doing a 24-hour stream. Because we thought, well, I don't know if I even necessarily thought it would be a good idea. My chat thought it would be a good idea.
I told you it wasn't, but I thought it'd be fun.
And Slade stayed up the entire time.
Because sleep doesn't affect me that time. I mean, it'll affect me the next day. But during it, it won't be that bad.
What creature is that?
Now, here is a fight where we have two trolls coming in, and as well as a lot of little zombie boys coming at us. Now, I do get the good roll there, and instead of getting hit by what we call a snowball, because the trolls later throw snowballs, and it's easier to say that than follow
Okay,
what.
I picked up a crossbow, and it totally looked like a sniper rifle for like a split second.
Alright.
Oh,
One
so
more.
one thing we need to mention about these skelly boys. Okay,
Okay, there's one more that decided to spawn late.
Yep. So, with these skeletons, Slade, Texas Warrior, and I, we're doing runs, and, like, for some, I don't remember exactly the
For some
context
reason,
behind
okay,
it.
so they just came running at me, and I just like, and so I decided, oh, I just imagined this, one of those little callers just yelling out, "Yes, Queen!" just chasing me down.
Yeah, I don't even remember, no, because we were, like, talking about something. I think we were talking about the fact that I had caribou or something, I don't know. And so he said, "Yas, Queen," the moment, like, one was crawling at me, and I just, like, lost it. Because I was like, I just imagined the skeleton just coming at me and saying, "Yas, Queen!" So, we're now, since we've said Skelly Boys, just to kind of introduce them, we are now going to be referring to them as Yas Queens, because that's just kind of more accurate and funny.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so we got another mob fight here. I dropped these archers pretty quickly. That guy teleported.
I dropped everything really quickly because the one thing that I did not mention about this axe is because it is fire and because they are undead, it staggers on every hit. Every single hit, it will stagger against these enemies, making it where I can set up my hero mode as well as deal with enemies like the shield enemies and these armored enemies very, very efficiently.
Yeah, and these armored enemies are interesting because for some reason, I took that guy's arm off and he survived. Interesting. With these armored enemies is, they will, they start glowing, and when they start glowing, they do a lot more damage and take a lot and don't stagger as easily. Also, this is the next boss. It's a Barrow White.
It's a mini
That's
boss.
the first phase is done.
So this is Barrow White fight. Typically, he's meant to spawn enemies around us, throw stuff at us, and many
Second
more
phase
things.
is done.
But we're going to immediately unload on him the second he spawns, headshotting him, doing as much as we can until he spawns down here with us, where we are just going to hammer into him and take him out very quickly, very efficiently, so we can start moving into the tombs.
Yeah, he just got absolutely destroyed. Alright, so this is probably the most annoying out of the tombs, because, like, you can't advance in here until you kill all of the enemies in this area, because that spawns all of the enemies in the next area. And
We've
so
done some testing about out-of-bounds glitches, about many different ways to try and get them to spawn, and we have still yet to find a way to move past this area before killing all of them.
Yep.
And what's really frustrating about it is there is more that spawn after the first wave in this one area.
Okay.
So, as you can see, this is one of the things that I was talking about, is how I'm able to keep staggering on those shield armored guys, because if I'm doing light attacks on them, they can block all of them. However, if I do one single heavy attack, they will be staggered to where I can just unload on them with light attacks and kill them very, very quickly. See, I'm able to just stick on them with my attacks and continue to kill them, instead of having to wait to hopefully stagger them with the heavy hit, have them get to where they can block again, and then stagger them again, and then blocking hits in between. Alright, 3 more bowmen, and we're on to the next area.
Nope, one guy got past and is running way away because Andrio, for some reason, lagged behind. Got him.
Is there more? Okay, there it goes. We finally get the check mark for the clear the tombs.
Yep, once that check mark comes up, you know that you can...
Now, I'm about halfway to level 8 right now. I am hoping that I can hit level 9 before the main boss for this area, since that will give me the opportunity to have my explosive arrows actually fairly early on in the run. Usually I get them about halfway through the fight for the major boss coming up here in a bit.
Yep.
However, I might be on pace to get them just before the fight, if I am lucky. Which would make it where the boss fight is significantly shorter.
I know when I first played this game that those Barrow White fights were really annoying for me, and then being able to now come in as a speedrunner of this game and just demolish them, I was like, oh. It really was that easy.
Yeah, what's real fun is I was doing a solo run of this game about a while back, and I get to this area and I look down and I am completely out of arrows. So, you know, having to rely on Andriel or Eridan to kill the Barrow White for you when you're the only player-controlled character is not good.
Did that happen in your world record?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay.
Because I know the solo world record was not optimized very well.
No, it wasn't, because in your first completed solo run, you got world record.
Yes. It also does help that I had done multiple co-op runs with you, so I knew the pathing where what areas can be skipped and what can't. Alright, so in this area, I'm going to be running straight through pretty much, while Zojalix goes and gets me a key to open the door.
The in-game thing glitched. That was so funny. So, one of the funny things with the in-game chat in this game is
It echoes.
when you're in a cave, it echoes, but like his glitched while it was echoing, so you kind of sounded like a stuttering thing when you said the door. So it was like door, and then it echoed that. It was so funny.
Yeah, the experience with any game is you play it casually, you think you're good at the game, and it takes you like an hour to get through something. A speedrunner does it in a minute, and it just makes you depressed. That's honestly one of the reasons I picked up speedrunning, is because the first game I ever played for speedrunning was Shadow of Mordor, which I picked up in 2019. Basically, I played that game in like couple playthroughs of it, and wound up watching a Fearful Ferret video for it, and yeah, it was very interesting to see him take out war chiefs that I struggled with for 15, 20, 30 minutes, him doing like a minute or two. And because of that, the only games that I speedrun at the current moment is Lord of the Rings games, because Lord of the Rings is honestly probably my favorite franchise of movies of all time. Like everything about the lore, everything about the games growing up as a kid, it's kind of surreal in a sense, because how expansive the Lord of the Rings universe is, and just how phenomenal those movies are. I know Zojalix here. Once a year, we'll watch the full trilogy extended versions with his family, and I'm so jealous.
At least once a year.
Because I watched the extended versions for the first time with my best friend this last year, and they really add to the movies. But we're going to be coming to this first boss fight, or well, this next boss fight here after we talk with our boss ranger here, who is surprisingly alive through all of this somehow.
That's what we intended. Yes.
But I did not hit level 9 as to be expected, so I will be hitting level 9 about halfway through this boss fight, giving me my explosive arrows, meaning that I can help Zojalix burst him down as much as possible and help clear the different ways that enemies coming at us. Also, for seeing the extended versions of the movies, the reason that I'd seen it for the first time is because I originally watched the movies like in theaters. Was the first time I ever watched them.
And then there's me, who's a wee baby, where the only movie I saw in theaters was Return of the King, and I don't even remember seeing it in theaters.
I remember Return of the King and Two Towers. Doors open. So, as you can see, just shy of level 9. I will be getting it very, very quickly, though. Hopefully I can get it in the first phase and can really help him try and shred this big boss. So, Barrow White Horde, they turned the other ranger that had went missing with him into a Barrow White Horde. And so now he has to deal with the dilemma of killing one of his friends.
Yeah, there's a lot of yeah. One thing I really like about War in the North is this was the first game that really introduced a darker side of Lord of the Rings. And actually how brutal the world of Middle-earth is. You know, because you look at, like, the movies and the fact that The Hobbit was originally written as a children's book. Nice. We got a lot of damage done there.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, wait. I forgot about this attack.
Yep, get behind the pillars. So the Barrow White has AoE attacks in these waves, and no matter what you do, they will hit you unless you stand behind one of the many pillars in the room. But the more you watch this game, the more you understand that it is very, very combat-centric. A lot of it is W key smack things.
Yeah.
But how you go about that changes everything. And if you're wondering, because yes, there's 3 characters, characters in this game. Why do you not use the mage? Well, she does no damage.
Yeah, she's a lot more of a support-based role. She does do a lot of damage later on. Yeah, because this boss fight, for some stupid reason, is locked into 3 phases.
So, the first phase, you can do additional damage than you normally can, if you are fast and quick about it. However, the second phase, he will always go down to a quarter HP. You cannot kill him in 2 phases, and it is completely locked to that, where you have to do it in 3 phases.
Yeah. Which is kind of annoying, because we want to be able to do it faster. But the game's like, nah, you can't do it faster. You're not allowed to be fast.
And right on cue, hitting 9 right for the last bit.
So yeah, it's important that this is one of those menus where normally you want to wait to do your menuing, but because of that attack, we just let Texas Warrior do that menu, because as you can see, he just got absolutely destroyed. And we just kind of chill out here waiting for...
Now, I go directly to the door while he has to stay in the front here due to where the load zone spawns for the cutscene.
Been through a terrible... No, that would be fitting.
Oop, I was in a weird spot.
And now we get to go visit the elves.
Yeah, and this is where you get, we're going to be meeting 3 of the characters that are relevant to the movies. We've got Aragorn, and Gandalf will be showing up in a little bit, right on cue, and Elrond. We meet these 3, they're all based off their movie looks, but the actors are not original. And so their voices, to me, just sound cursed.
What can the rest of us do?
It's the next time that we're here that we skip the store, correct?
If it is strength,
Yes.
You know that region.
Okay.
the Etenmoors are a spur.
I myself was
So that's going into Gundabad. So this store, this one is really important. This is where the cell glitch becomes really useful, because the weapons that you can buy here have a lot...
some of the best that you can get.
And so...
Well,
So pretty much the cell glitch is extremely important here, because we can use it to skip a entire shop later in the game, so we will not be looking for weapons or anything, just buying potions and going, or just completely skip it in order to save a lot of time.
Yep. Okay, that's not relevant to me. And also, this one, it's a lot higher chance that a weapon is going to be magical. And I say that, and literally the only thing that I found...
Also, I'm at the door.
Literally was actually no useful items for me in that shop. Except for a new bow.
I got a bow. You coming, bud?
Yeah, I'm finishing up menuing.
Remember, this is one of the ones where you don't menu immediately. Because we have a long ways to run.
I wanted to get the better items because I wouldn't be able to menu until we got into the disgusting fight in the Entenmoors.
Yeah, I know you hate doing it, but the correct way to do it is to menu right at the start of that fight while I clear them with the bow. Now, I will say one thing I did there is I sold my chess piece and did not buy another one. It means I will be taking significantly more damage for a very long time.
Wait, you don't have a chest piece?
No.
Alrighty then.
I don't need it. Maybe I do need it.
Yeah, says that and then immediately regrets it.
I didn't expect to get hit with 3 arrows right as I said that. Instant karma.
Alright, so we've got this orc right here. It's a reminiscent of Tharzog.
Death take you all!
Yeah, but he's still just as much of a pleb. He's already dead.
Now they'll start spawning behind us. Towards the ledges.
I need to leash Andriel over here. And now, a charge shot for me, if I hit them in the head, is almost 2,000 damage.
Now, my explosive shots that you will be seeing, they're hitting for about 500 right now. Typically, 500 to 600. The most that they do that I've been able to cap out on is 2,000, and that's with pristine bow luck.
And now that I'm level 10, I can actually upgrade the speed at which my charge shot charges, as well as reduce its cooldown. Which means I'm able to throw out more charge shots, and they hurt more. So now we've got another troll that's going to be spawning. I'm just going to throw out my stunning arrow that will allow for a Texas Warrior to, or actually, I was going to say, it should allow you to immediately get a crit injury. And then I can
should
just
be
sit
dying
here
in 2
and
more hits.
unload him here, and I'm going to go ahead, oh, okay, that's weird, it didn't do the animation.
Cannot complain about it.
Yeah.
So typically on that troll, it makes us do a killing blow animation that takes significantly longer because you have to jump up on its back and then execute it. However, you skip the animation.
Yep. And now we've got Belaram back. So yeah,
So
in the
now we
Barrow
start
Downs,
using
we
the
parted
Belaram.
ways with Belaram, which is why we never used any of our feathers. Granted, it wasn't necessary anyways. But now we have him, and we can now use him.
And we will be using him a lot in this area.
Yep, because now enemies have become just slightly stronger. Well, they get slightly stronger throughout each area, but the Entenmoors is definitely where they will do significantly, where they will become a lot more frustrating, especially since we just avoid a lot of enemies, and we just end up getting... as we try to avoid enemies, we just consistently try to,
Okay, Andrea just teleported next to me.
Oh, okay.
That's helpful.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh, I just
put
missed.
her up there right away because he always is a problem.
Now, also one of the things about my explosive arrows that is really helpful is it does make it where I can usually get crits immediately on the enemies I knock over with it. Now, here's also one small problem that we have come to discover is when Andriel teleports with us, she is no longer blocking all the enemies that were behind us from getting in here. We only need to kill the enemies that are currently spawning and not all the ones that were dragged behind us.
And we have no idea which enemies those are. We do know that this troll here is not necessary to kill, so we actually just ignore the troll as much as possible.
Now, there will be another troll spawning here shortly that we will have to kill.
We try to
yeah, that
ignore
bowman
this
right
troll as much as possible, but he can be really annoying. Hopefully, Andriel starts getting engaged in combat against him, and then we just don't need
Now,
to
right
worry
there,
about
I
him
will
all.
kill the summoner so quickly that he isn't able to get his spawn off, saving us about 30 seconds to a minute of time. Because we do have to kill all of those guys and make sure that they are dead.
Come on, Andriel, please go after the troll. That's what I want you to do. But will you do that? Probably not. Okay, and then this last...
Troll's coming down.
Yep. I'm just gonna quick prep a heavy shot, hit him with it, and then are you gonna summon Belaram? Yep,
Yeah.
you will.
We don't typically, but with the other troll right there, I want to get it out of the way as fast as possible.
Well, it started grappling with
Alright,
Andrea,
work.
which worked out really well.
Archers above us.
I'm shooting that
Why are you
archer
shooting?
up there because he can summon enemies, and I'm just like, nah, we're good.
Yeah, but at the same time, as long as we don't get caught out, we don't need it there. But I appreciate you being safe. Now this guy's going.
He's dead.
Got killed?
Yeah, it was 1800.
Okay. So tip. I'm sorry, I caught off.
He did not. Texas Warrior did not anticipate me to be as strong as I am right now.
I'm just used to you missing that shot.
I haven't missed that shot in a long time, my guy. That wasn't even a headshot.
Together to overcome these odds.
Anyways, more guys to clean up. I was able to take out the summoner with my explosive arrow and a heavy shot once he fell over, making it where we can go straight into this fight. Now, the reason that like he takes out those two guys is to make them where they aren't spawning people in, trying to block us to get here. But we come here immediately and we can just straight up ignore all the people behind us because it actually blocks off that area. So Zoja's going to go ahead here and start fighting in the next rooms while I take out these guys back here behind us. Since I have explosive arrows, can try and fight groups. He's going to try and get ahead to kill the troll as well as the summoner.
Wow. And of course, the game decided, yeah, we're gonna actually have you shoot the archer instead of the sorcerer.
Oh.
So I immediately destroyed an archer, but had to kill the sorcerer using melee. Hi, buddy. See, and the annoying part with me trying to kill this troll is enemies like to just run up in my face, which Eridan doesn't really respond very well to that. The troll has suddenly become a pacifist, by the way. Yeah, the troll is going total pacifist. He's... Oh, there he goes.
And now I'm coming to catch up after taking out the groups of enemies back behind us. Since they like to get caught up on Andriel, and we still have to kill every last one of them.
Yep, and I'm just rolling around, trying to get charge shots off where I can up until Texas Warrior gets here.
Which I'm here, I'm going to try and group them up over here on this archer so that I can hit them.
One ability that
With my
Texas Warrior
explosive
will
shots.
be getting eventually is called Battle Cry, and that one will actually cause him to tank enemies towards him.
It will make enemies tank towards me with the aggro. It will make it where enemies take more damage while around me and make me take reduced damage. So it will literally make it where Zojalix will not be getting targeted at all, as well as making it so that we can easily take out enemies much easier than we normally do. Or something.
At last, I see sunlight ahead.
And now these guys we can just ignore. And there's another sorcerer that's going to show up here, and I'm just going to 2700 take him out really quickly. And then just continue to rush forward. Because there's our little Tharzog wannabe here. Another one of them. Now, the frustrating thing with the Tharzog wannabe, too, is
he makes everyone around him rage and do more damage.
Yeah, so we just try and kill him extraordinarily quickly. Ow.
He's dead.
Yep, you
Yeah,
blew him up.
his entire people. Oh god. Now there, since I had my back to them, I was not able to block and peel them. Those two guys swing very, very quickly and do a lot with it. I don't have my explosive.
Yeah, I did not have
And
my
so-
heavy shot either. We got extraordinarily lucky there. Holy cow.
So both of our abilities were on cooldown, and we have to kill that summoner and the enemies that he spawns before we go through that door. So with Zojalex getting that hit on him at the last possible second before he spawned those enemies, we're able to kill him and make it through the door while not having the ability we usually use to kill him with.
So yeah, that was really, really heckin' lucky. And now we're going into our next fight.
Now, this is the troll fight that I have been talking about for a while. How we are going to have to start going back and forth with these feathers, which I'm hoping Zojalex has not used all of his.
I have 3.
Okay. That's really good then. We're actually have more than we normally do.
So yeah, we're going to be fighting our good friend Bargrasar here. He is a stone giant.
I use mine.
Yep, just use mine. And as you can see, while we're attacking his legs and doing just a little bit of damage, we're going to be using our then great feathers to do a lot of damage.
Waiting for mine to come back up.
Yeah, mine... Oh, I just missed a heavy shot. I'm good at this game.
Used it. Take him out.
Yep, I'm mashing my way through it. And he's dead.
It's possible. Now, if we do not have 4 feathers to a piece, it makes it where we have to fight him on the ground for another small little phase there, knocking out his arms from under him before being able to smash him in the face with our hammers and sword.
Balaram has told we have searched the.
And that's one of the nice things, guys, are watching this marathon and like, say you've never tried speedrunning before. I honestly recommend this game as a first much of glitching the game out, or is it really even that mechanically difficult? A lot of it is just understanding how the game functions, understanding what makes it tick, what makes it, understanding all of the different enemies, and knowing your own abilities.
We took these tokens.
And by knowing all of those things, you can go really fast, such as by using your great feathers to take out Bargrasar extraordinarily quickly.
Then let us do your courage is
And also because of those great feathers, that's why that specific fight is when you're doing 3-person is even faster.
Yup. I accidentally talked to Elrond. And so now we're going to Gundabad. Gundabad is honestly my favorite area. I think it looks the coolest.
Gundabad is honestly just a beautiful snowy landscape.
Like, look at this.
It's just gorgeous in the game.
I'm trying to remember when this game came out.
We may appear to be just a few more orcs among the hordes of Gundabad.
Did that not do damage?
I have no idea.
Well, I don't have damage numbers, so I don't know either.
Nobody reacted, so... Okay. Little homeboy glitched out like crazy there.
Did he?
Yeah. So one of the things we have to be watching is any enemies that we can reach with melee, the game requires us to kill. Any enemies that we don't have to reach with melee, the game doesn't require us to kill. Why does that... Does that make sense?
For this area specifically, because there is some in later areas where that's not the case, where you still have to kill them even though you cannot get to them.
Does that make sense? Absolutely not. Is that a thing? Yeah.
There are patrols ahead of us.
And now we have to fight 2 trolls now that we've gotten through them.
We've only just arrived. Another the other way.
I immediately start just unloading all of my arrows.
And I'm going to distract him a little bit and run towards the second troll and towards these guys up here.
I'm going to hit him with this crit. That's going to help me do a little bit more damage, stagger the troll, as well as give me just a little bit more EXP.
And I'm going to try and take out the guys on the ground so Zoj can take out the trolls as best as possible. Now, I will get aggro on the troll here. give me the ability to shoot the guys around him with the explosive arrows, hitting him at the same time, and get whacked.
Yeah, and I had a lot of enemies grouped around me, so I wanted to get rid of them before I got on the troll. I'm also getting kind of low on arrows, and by kind of, I have 5 left.
Which means that I will have to be doing a lot of the work till the next buy area, which will be shortly.
So, and right now my damage is going to be mostly melee and then using my heavy shot when I can, unless I can pick up loot piles, which will help me to get some arrows.
And we will get a short cutscene because these guys are interesting. So we get our first moment where we have sledgehammer bros. So these guys cannot be knocked back, do insane damage, and you can't really dodge them easily.
Instead, yeah, and these guys don't stagger when you're in hero mode. You have to just kind of do this like hit, action roll, hit, roll. And when you're engaging them in melee.
And as you can see there, even though I am dodging and... Oh, I will go down here.
Oh.
Even though I managed to get my roll off, he will sometimes follow me through that roll.
Just like a dwarf to spend
Cool,
so much time
and
on the ground.
that sledgehammer bro died, so that means now I can revive Texas Warrior and we can keep moving. Do you still not have a chestplate?
Nope.
Why didn't you buy one? Why didn't you buy a chestplate?
Good question.
Got 9 shots. That one did not end up being a heavy shot for some reason. At least that one was 2,700.
So I'm going to be getting pinned in this corner here if I do not move my butt. Not both of them. Get to the critical hit and the kill there.
Servants of the enemy, beware!
That. And so while Texas Warrior finishes up fighting this little shield guy here, I'm just going to run up here because for some reason there's a shop right here. Don't know why, but there is.
For potions and arrows.
Oh, this is a bad spot to menu.
I need you to hit A. And I have a new set of armor equipped, so I'm good.
Still have not picked up a new 2-handed weapon. Wow.
And I'm going to enter hero mode here and just unload on this troll, doing insanely high amounts of damage and trying to kill him as fast as humanly possible. Although, as you can see there, you are not immune while in your rolls. Even though I was in the middle of the roll animation, he was still able to hit me twice there.
Over here, grab this loot pile because I'm still, even though I bought more arrows, I still do not have nearly as many arrows as I would like. So I'm just
However, you're in your roll animation, it will not knock you back, even though it may still do damage.
Just trying to now. I got into hero mode. I do a lot of damage while he's staggered. My heavy shot is no longer on cooldown. Cool, my troll is
The
dead.
troll's coming towards you.
Yep, I'm just gonna roll back here.
Just start coming up, and he'll follow us, and just keep shooting him. He's dead.
The snow trolls are a danger to all. It appears they've been feeding upon the orcs.
We are getting near to the mountain itself. If there's an entrance here, it'll be nearby.
Alright, so now we got this last fight up here before we enter the mountain. I started charging a shot way too early because nobody was in range. We've already got one sledgy boy dead.
And I will start finding the other sledgy boy up here by the door.
Well, I finished killing this archer. Okay, one archer was just like sliding across the ground for some weird reason.
There was a sharp skirmish here. The tracks are hard to read, but it appears the fighting carried on into the mountain.
And now we've got more dialogue.
With a dying dwarf.
Yup.
And many dead dwarves.
How do you feel?
Why are you here? What is this weapon?
My kind! No!
Who or what?
He can't tell us anything.
And I'm really trying to become a dwarf in real life. I'm 5'4" and I am currently growing out my beard.
Pains me to leave fallen
You just
dwarves
ran out of a
to these
hole in the
accursed
ground?
orcs. But we have no choice.
Nice one, Slade.
Orcs are like
Hey, if there's one thing I can do, it's a good reference at a good time.
They delight in marring the works of others and twisting them to their own foul purpose.
these caverns echo with the
Also, the caverns of Nortonbond look just as cool as the outside. Whoa! You just teleported forward and then ran back. That was an interesting sight to see.
face a suit attack now!
The shield guy's dead. Wait, Texas, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just, with the way that my game was behaving for a second, I got a little nervous.
I was focusing on this fight.
Which is just us killing enemies until eventually we get this voice line.
Our way is barred.
There's the voice
There
line.
it is.
I have no more.
Oh crap.
Are you out of arrows?
I am. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you should always, always, always
Wear gloves.
I mean, I am wearing gloves. Pay attention to your arrow. Because for me, to not have arrows, I'm
Useless.
very, very weak. I'm not useless, I'm just practically useless.
Same difference.
'Cause right now, I go from doing 1,000 damage per hit to 150 damage per hit.
And I do apologize that you cannot see my damage numbers. I do not know why they are not showing.
Ooh, is that an
For this
airdrop?
run.
That is an airdrop. Let's go. Cool. I must resist making a joke about dwarf women. Well, I mean, you know, making a joke about dwarf women is that they're often
They don't
mistaken for
exist.
dwarf men. And so this comes rise to the fact that there are no dwarf women. And that dwarves just spring out of holes in the ground!
Yeah, where do you think I
that
came
is
from?
a very direct quote from the movie. Cool, I now have 6 arrows.
Okay, can you please shoot the troll?
Yes,
You gotta kill the troll,
I'm
dude.
shooting. My thing's on cooldown.
Okay, on my screen it shows you whacking the lever.
Now we've whacked the lever. So yeah, we're gonna bust out, like, whack this gate.
4, 3, 2, 1. I barely missed the timing on that roll.
For some reason, we always try to figure out the timing so we can roll and not get knocked over, and we always fail it.
There are vermin on the columns.
But yeah, we're
I
gonna
had
be
the
over
timing.
here getting shot. While we're running here, this is fighting that these are enemies that just don't matter. So here we're gonna be doing a little bit of a roll that is just gonna help us, like, basically just help us skip, having to run around. It's not this roll, but a different one that will be coming up. And this one,
So,
like, it was
Austin, you see
discovered
me
by
when-
Texas.
Slade. Slade.
Oh, it was discovered by
I
Slade.
figured this one out.
Slade contributed!
Feel my wrath.
You guys didn't think it was possible.
Nope.
We tried it multiple times and could not get it, and then he just first run that he does with us, he does it.
And we were just like, what? So, yeah, we're really proud of Slade, because he doesn't speedrun nearly as much as either of us. And so...
And he saved us
Not
20
yet.
seconds just with that roll.
Yep.
Oh, I did not get enough of them for us to get quick spawn.
Darn. So yeah, that's a small trick that's pretty RNG dependent, and if Texas Warrior is able to get a lot of the goblins, then this troll here spawns a lot quicker, because he is the only enemy that matters. I'm pretty sure.
Which on my screen, he's hanging off the edge.
He was slightly hanging off the edge for me as well. Nice, hit him for 3k. Wait for him to turn around so I can get another headshot from another chunk of 3,000 damage. And then here I've got some time, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, that's a shared bonus to headshots that I haven't been picking up.
Boom. And that's
I'm-
the...
What? Oh, hi. I'm running out of inventory space.
Why does it feel like there's one more hammer guy than normal?
There might be. That was a terrible shot.
Alright. Alright, one more.
That's a 3,500
Wanna
damage
be-
shot.
He's dead.
This will
Go.
strike you down.
So in this section, even though there's people running past us, people all around us, the only person we have to kill in that entire little segment right there is the guy that I was shooting in the face and smacking with my hammer. Now there is something that I do want to point out. If you look at my screen, there is a little red anvil in the top left-hand corner. That is because all your weapons, all of your armor has the ability to degrade over time. Meaning, if you use it too much, it will actually break. Usually, we try and ignore it, hope that it all sorts itself out. However, it can be an issue where times like now, where I've been using the same axe since the beginning of the game, since the tombs.
Hey, I'm out of arrows, and our boys are getting attacked, so I had to run down and clear them out, so hopefully you've been good with the crossbow.
I'm doing alright. Not being able to see damage numbers is actually really bad for this area. I missed one on the left-hand side.
Okay, I see him.
So, usually these crossbows do about 4,000 a shot. However, if you hit a glancing blow, they do 15, meaning that you will need 3 shots instead of just 2 on some of the enemies. So not having damage numbers is really rough, especially on the sledge boys and the shield guys. Because sometimes you can think that you're dead on with them, and it will still give you a glancing blow. Now you'll see that Zoj is on the other crossbow, assisting me now that he cleared out the people at the bottom.
Oh no, it's a 1,500 difference versus a 4,000. Not 15. Not just for flat 15. You can actually see it here on my screen. So,
well, I meant to say 1,500, and not. That was a miscommunication on my part, and instead of saying 1,500, I just said 15 because I'm so used to doing this run. So that's my bad, a miscommunication, a clerical error on that one.
Also, one nice thing is, Andrea will just be constantly up and attacking enemies.
Oh god.
What?
Now, anyone that's watching my screen would see how about 3 guys just decided to sprint full speed down that hallway. Like, as if they're Sonic hitting a speed boost.
That's terrifying. So yeah, Andrea, with the position that she's in, is actually going to be keeping the enemies a lot more leashed towards the middle. So the enemies are a lot less likely to get past us. Because they're like, oh look, a person! We're gonna fight her! When, even though there are us boys sitting here shooting.
Literally just constantly gunning them down with crossbows.
So yeah, during this time, since we're just chilling, I want to remind you guys that the character bid war for 2 towers is coming up. Please don't let me play Gimli.
I don't know what brings you.
Make him play Gimli.
We've come to active. With the luck it'll...
What sort of weapon?
You'll see. Once activated. Aye, and it's no time for till. We'll hold off the orc.
Make him be the dwarf.
A horn cone?
I did warn you about.
And then yeah, as we do in this fashion, we actually switch to a mouse here to help make our aiming a lot better.
I mentioned that earlier in the run.
Yeah.
But
for people who are just tuning in, we're going to remind you guys of that because it's makes this segment. So if you watch my screen, I don't know. Wait, did you demonstrate it already?
What, the
difference?
mouse? Oh, here's the difference. With a controller, with a mouse!
So yeah, like, rather than aiming a lot slower, we can aim a lot faster and a lot more accurately.
Yes. Mainly it is about, the speed. Because I know for some things I am much more accurate on a, controller. However, the speed is completely unmatched. And that is why, a lot of our abilities and the run we do on controller, mainly because of that cell glitch, but anything where it requires us aiming quickly, such as these crossbows, we use with our mouse to aim. Now, I also do want to say that there is a small, weird little bug that I have found when it comes to these crossbows and using your mouse while also using a controller. If you aim in on the mouse, like I just did, and you zoom out on the controller, you will be soft locked onto the bow until you zoom back in with the mouse and unzoom with the mouse. So I'm not going to do that but that happened to me in a solo run, and when I was doing fairly well early on in the game. So,
Yeah.
to anyone that decides to pick up this game, please do not make that mistake. It took me 2 minutes plus to figure out what I did.
This will strike you down.
There's a troll here.
Oh, hi, you have 2 swords, and you are absolutely wrecking me. Ow.
So it sounds like Zojulix has a friend.
Yeah, he knocked me
Kill him.
off the ledge. And now I actually have to, like, be good at fighting, since I still don't have arrows.
No worries, I got like the mess of them. I got the mass, and I've gotten through since you got knocked off.
Good. Okay, this archer boy can go away.
One may have got through. I'm not sure if he died. He got around the corner of a wall to where I couldn't see if he died from the shot or not.
Well, I don't see anybody, so... I didn't see anybody on our boys, so we're good. We should be finishing up.
We should be able to ignore the boys and just gun down the trolls and be good.
This should be finishing up here pretty soon.
Yeah, when these trolls start spawning is about near the end of this section. That is like an 8 to 10 minute section, and
Speaking
I
of
do
it,
apologize
that's the end.
if like, you know, just sitting there playing with our crossbows is not the most enjoyable content. However, there's only one more area left in the run where we are going to have to be on crossbows.
We're grateful for the welcome.
That is a very lengthy crossbow segment, and we have not found a way to skip it or anything besides just killing everything.
Here, sire, those are...
Yo.
Like, we have not found a way to improve the speed of it.
We're glad to have been...
And so we are now in our last hub world. This is Nortonbond, a dwarf homeland, dwarf kingdom that's pretty close to Mirkwood, so we're going to be heading over that way actually next, which is
And I do
super nice.
want to bring this up for Zojulix and my sake, that there is an item reward that we get here from the dwarves that you can cash in at the cellar. We need to avoid that and click the next option so that we can buy our arrows and buy our potions,
Oh,
and
yes,
not
thank you
become
for
an
reminding
additional
me.
line of dialogue.
So you're the doing a dynamo.
So rather than just mashing through this dialogue, I'm just going to actually just clear out my...
Oh, that's a great bow. So that just increased my damage by an absurd... Oh, I didn't buy potions.
Okay, good there. Hopefully there's a better item. There's sword for me to use. No.
So, because I so glitched with a earlier up to 35,000, I do not need to now. Because I had a very expensive item at 200 gold, where I was able to do a lot more than I normally can.
Well, I had some really bad luck with items there. So, right now, I've been getting better one-handed items than two-handed, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do something totally new. And that's going to be, I'm going to be speccing into dual wielding instead of
Which
what
we
I would
don't
normally
normally
spec
do.
into. Yeah, but because that's just how this run's been going, it's a lot more necessary.
Now, on my next level, I will start being cooldown for my bow and my explosive shots, which will give me a significant DPS increase. Because that cooldown is kind of long and takes a bit to get up.
So this is Wolfram. Easily the most annoying fight in the game.
Yes. Because if he gets on top of you, he will melt you. However, I am trying, because he likes to teleport around a lot, I am trying to get in his face to keep him still for Zojulix to fire off on him.
Oh shoot, one of my items is about to break. Which one is it? Oh, it's my bow. That's wonderful. And I don't have one that's
I
better.
just bought a new bow. So,
I have one. I have a better one, but it doesn't activate until level 15. So yeah, when an item
a little bit more on him.
is pretty close to breaking, Anything good there? No, any more stamina?
Also, I realize now that I forgot to equip that bow before that fight.
Yeah,
So, as you see, Ujalik started doing menuing while I ran forward. Or at least I think he did.
Yes,
Because even one of us can trigger that cutscene, so the other person can menu, checks their items as much as they want, while the other person runs forward and gets us that next section.
That's done it. Now the whole forest knows we're here. Let's go. The warg that one hears is worse than the orc that one fears.
True, but
And
where
now
the orc
our
howls,
friends
there
are
also
parrots.
the orc prowls.
Now, I still need to equip that new weapon that I bought because it was better. And I will do that because it takes a moment for them to spawn in this next little area here.
Be watchful.
So we need to charge forward, make sure that they're going to spawn, and then I will be swapping out that weapon. Because this fire mace just does not have the DPS that I need at this point in time.
Oh, never mind, I just found I have a nicer sword, but it requires 20 strength. So yeah, I need more strength and stamina in order to use these better items and stuff that I have.
Now, I'm getting hit by arrows.
I also don't have a shield.
Alright, and you hear them say they're charging, meaning that there's a hammer boy and a shield bro that come through that, off that log there.
Oh, ow. Hammer bro just came up right behind me. Oh, okay, that was an arrow that went straight through his head and did not do any damage.
Now, I'm in hero mode, so I'm doing crazy amounts of damage, and even got a stagger on one of the hammer bros due to how much I'm doing right now.
Dang.
Which, we don't usually get staggers on them, so that's kind of insane.
Cool, I now have a better two-handed weapon. Oh, log.
Look over there.
So they'll break this log, and then we just roll past them and keep on going. Since we do not need to kill any more enemies after they break that log. Now, we got a little more than 30 minutes left in this run. From what I can, for world record pace. I want to say that, and I do not know where we are at compared to that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But if we somehow were to finish the game in the next 34 minutes, is that 209 or 214?
209.
209 now? Yeah. If we were to finish the game in the next 34 minutes, then we will have it. But we still have several areas to go.
So, yeah, one ability that I've been getting periodically throughout this run is one that gives a shared bonus to headshots. So now I do about 4,500 damage per headshot.
Was this one of the ones that we could run through?
This one we run through most of them just so that way we can, because we have to kill them all in order to spawn more.
Was it this one or the other one? Okay, it's the later one that we can just full run through?
Yeah, that we can just full run through. That's the one right before the actual boss fight.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember. My mind was blinking.
Okay, I'm gonna back up. Let's just start shooting.
Not a fan of spiders, so my mind always just kind of
Wait, you
doesn't like to work in this area.
Are you actually like big no-no to spiders, or?
If there's small spiders, I will murder them, happily, but I would never own one as a pet, and I don't want them being alive in my house.
Alrighty then. Oh, hi, big boy. Nice.
Rails got that.
Pick up. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there are these loot piles that I have been around that I've been picking stuff up. I don't know if Texas Warrior's been doing the same thing. But I pick up the stuff from the loot piles because they give me arrows. And because I am just constantly shooting things.
Hey, they spawn behind us.
Oh yeah, big boys spawning behind us. These are the ones I actually need to focus. This is my heavy shot. The rest of these I
Alright,
just kind
3,
of
2, 1. As you can see, my explosive arrows are being extremely helpful in this area with a lot of tiny spiders. Oh, I need a pop potion.
We must be nearing Radagast's tomb.
Oh, I'm at a nice number of health potions.
69?
Nice.
I have 17.
You also don't have a chest plate.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you have one now?
Yes. I've had one since, like, shortly after the last time you gave me crap about it. Because I actually had owned one, but...
Oh, you bought one right before we went into Gundabad then?
No, I found one.
Oh, you found one? Dang.
Yes. Door. So in that area, we only have to kill the guys on the ground, meaning that we can run through as soon as they are dead. We don't have to worry about any of the archers or any of the bowmen.
Now, this is probably the second worst fight in the game, because it's just it's just a mob fight of spiders, and it takes forever.
Which I was trying to test something, and go for kills on them as they are crawling down, seeing if I can use my explosive arrows to kill big groups of them earlier than we're usually able to.
And can you?
Some. It worked to an extent. Which, usually when I do this, they don't like to group up, so...
So yeah, with these smaller guys, I can kill them pretty quickly with my bow, but I need to be saving arrows because we have a bigger boss fight later on.
Radagast, are you here?
And you'll notice I keep running over to this gate. This is for me to just help kind of remember where we're at. And the moment that we can do what we need to do, it will happen here. So I kind of keep an eye on it while shooting things.
That way he can...
Okay, got it.
That went really quickly. Shooting them up high actually helps whenever they do group up. The problem is they don't typically like to group up whenever we've done this, so I haven't really tested it as much as I should have.
Okay, this is, this, I
Kill
don't remember exactly.
the areas.
It's,
We
yeah,
have to kill everything.
after we leave the swamp, we can just run through.
Yeah, in this part, we have to kill them up high as well.
Really annoying.
He's teetering.
Yeah, so you notice the enemies do this, like, weird animation where they're, like, holding their face and stuttering. That is, like, them sort of giving you... That's them dying. They're technically dead, but you can then use the marker to go into hero mode. Go into hero mode and get just a little bit more EXP. But the one thing that we do is, at this point, EXP doesn't really matter for us. And so, we can then just, like...
So we can choose to instead
ignore that
use
animation.
the hero mode attack to kill them faster so we can continue moving. Or if we need to make up ground of any sort, we can leave it and have them die about 5 seconds later, and so we can keep moving, knowing that they will perish regardless.
It's a good thing that you've chimed in those areas, because that my brain just sometimes just like, hey, you remember words? Because we don't.
We've done enough of this that I know. Can you get the archer on my left?
Yeah, once I get this guy here, then I'm whacking. Okay, I'll get the archer.
Alright, let's go. Okay.
One's teetering.
Okay. That's what's going
How
on.
many arrows do I have? 18. Okay.
I have 20.
There are many spider tracks leading deeper.
There's a guy on our right.
It appears as if
There's a legend on our right.
I fear it could be
I
Radagast.
don't want to talk about that.
Dead, I cannot
Did you miss?
Yes. Is that all?
No. There's these guys here. Ooh, 5k. That's beautiful. Ooh, that was really good RNG.
Go, go. That was very fast.
That was probably one of our better marches that we've had in a while.
That, I think that might, this one we can run through.
Yes, this is one that we can run through. So all these spiders are gonna show up. Yeah, we don't care about them.
So, for our first, like, 20 runs, we didn't realize that we could run through this. There is a voice line that is triggered when you get near the end of this. And we didn't... Oh, I ran the wrong way. We didn't know what triggered that voice line. We always thought it had to kill all of them. Apparently, it was me backing my butt up towards the exit. Each time that caused the voice line to trigger, and we didn't realize that. So, one time, I walked far enough in, and the voice line triggered, and without us even realizing that we could do that, I just was like, okay, well, we usually try and reach towards the end. I'm gonna get set up. And I walked far enough to trigger the voice line that we know ends that area. So,
And now
happy little mistake.
we fight our next spider. Do we use Balaram in this fight?
No, because he misses.
That's right.
I love how you did it in...
Well, it was like
Before I
right
can
as
answer the
you
question.
said it, I was like, I don't know if I should use him or not. Let's try it.
Help me!
So yeah, this is Saint Althra, the Spider Queen, and we
Assist me.
don't
I'm
care
decimating her.
about her at all. She gets wrecked pretty quickly. Oh, that is really unfortunate. She actually cared about me.
I got
And
it.
then we just sit here and mash to save Radagast, and that's the end of that fight.
Radagast. Oh,
And so now we're going to go into the hardest area of the game, and we are going to
This is turning out to be.
the Grey Mountains, where we are going to be fighting some enemies specifically to Agendour, and we are going to encounter a dragon.
Well,
I
haven't.
What? We found your stamp.
knew you would have need.
He's a big Durgan, too.
And then we're gonna
Yeah,
run over
where's
the
the
gate
mark?
here.
I don't
Cool,
know.
they dropped some
There it is.
arrows. So we actually only have 2 main areas left in the game. Well, 3, because we got this, we have the Battle of Nortonbond, and then we have Karndu.
And I'm finally going to get one of my major upgrades, which is the final tick of determination, which makes it where I can now have full cooldowns on my explosive arrows, which is incredibly helpful to all of these fights coming up, considering how many enemies there is.
Wow, that Lieutenant of Agendour tanked my shot, so I couldn't kill the sorcerer in one shot.
Men are these?
It was really sad.
These are some remnant of the men who served the Witch King long ago.
And I'm gonna run ahead, try and clear these guys at this camp here.
While I stay here and clear these. Oh yeah, no, Never mind, this isn't the area I thought it was.
Now, there is these sword guys directly behind me. I want to get rid of them before they get to Zoj, and I will get the shot off just in time. Cooldown being a little OP. And right there, I'm gonna whack an old man with a sledgehammer.
Oh, okay, that guy did not want to die.
Alright, or something. Remember, we have to get the guys up high here.
Yep. Ooh, ow.
I'm just saying now because I know that that has been an issue before.
Yeah, I tend to forget.
Oh god, that was scary. Now, you'll see how I had my bow out and I went to do my explosive arrow and did a kick. If you are too close to enemies when trying to use your bow, it will instead kick them, doing practically nothing.
Here's
Except
a human
staggering
carnivore, but he's
smaller
down.
enemies.
Look at the guy after the side.
I did not.
These must be the men Agandar.
Oh,
Okay,
did?
we're good, we're good, we're good.
Alright.
They must be bold.
I might have hit him with an explosive arrow by accident. So he's going to chill back here with Andriel and deal with all of these guys, although I'm going to get hit stunned, apparently. But he is going to deal with all these guys back here because he is single target DPS, while I am AoE. So what my stupid person is going to do is charge into the entire horde that's chilling up here by our where we need to go. So I'm going to run in, get all of their attention, and try and explode as many as I can per arrow without going down. And it's very hard because I have archers, I have sledgehammers, I have shield guys that can knock me down. I literally have everyone gunning for me.
And then I'm going to join him as early as possible, take away some of them, just so that way I can then use my single target DPS to...
And I also see a sledgehammer guy on Zojalek, so I'm going to fire my arrow back at him since he is very important to get off of him as soon as possible.
Oh, I mean, he was at a spot where I could kill him pretty
Okay,
quickly.
he's staggering.
Yeah, which now gives us a chance to
Andor.
fire arrows. And I just
Which
skip
I
buying
need
health
potions because, as I've said throughout this run, I use a lot of potions.
Yeah, and I'm sitting at actually a comfortable number.
For both.
Yeah, I've got 69
I'm at
health
15
potions.
and 22.
Yeah, I'm at 69 and 44.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, you're required to say nice. If you don't, I'll have to kick you off the run.
Yes, kick me off the run right now and have me reduced to a level 1 Aerodon. So yeah, that's one thing I noticed about this game, is it will generate an NPC, but like, it doesn't generate an NPC that is like,
Or something.
at the level that you would want him to be. Yeah, no, it just generates them to the last known level that the NPC was at. And so for like Texas Warrior's instance, if for some reason he were to kick me out of the run, which he couldn't because I'm a host,
Minor details.
Must wait.
it would then make him at level...
Door's open.
It would then put the Aerodon then at level 1,
Rather
rather
run
than
past all this.
the Aerodon, rather than Aerodon at level 17.
Oh my god, I'm getting melted.
Wow, I got knocked down.
Man, those sword guys do so much damage. So I'm down to 11 health potions right now. Ooh, I just got juked.
Strike you down.
I
Help me.
think the size is perfect.
So yeah, we're just going through, taking out this last mob in this area. That guy's teetering. Whenever he's done. Oh, never mind, we can go. Cool.
Oh, I upgraded the wrong ability. Fat fingered it.
No idea where Andriel is.
Oh, she's like way behind us. She started finding the guys when we first entered.
Oh, okay.
I assume you're going to grab that?
That loot pile? Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm at 40 arrows. I would like more, but I can survive with 4.
What's crazy is I say that I fat fingered it, but I'm not even on mouse and keyboard, so I can't even make that excuse. I just messed up.
I mean, fat fingering is still a thing on controller. It's just not as relevant. Words are hard.
Wait, you speak English?
Alright, so here we've got Karndun Captain. He's like another version of Wolfram.
Remember to now use the bird.
Get red. Where did he spawn?
Oh, God, he hurts. Wait till he teleports and then use Balram again.
Yeah, except for the sword guy, so I can't even heavy shot. There, he's dead.
Go.
You didn't
Ooh, I got hit with 3 arrows right there. That was brutal.
Alright, so now we've got our dragon encounter. Easy for me to say. I mean, you know.
Alright, we got a big bad dragon that we have to deal with.
Get ready. We're gonna fight him after we chat with him. Get ready for the most... Actually, no. I'm not even gonna... Actually, I'm gonna not say that we're gonna fight him. Because we're not. Actually, I already did say.
We're actually going to make a deal with the dragon to say that when we defeat Aaron Agendower, that he can have his castle.
Yeah,
We're
he can
just
have
like,
his
hey, man.
dark, cursed castle because we don't want it.
Just like, hey, man. You do you, boo. We don't want nothing to do with you. And
Yeah, we're just like,
that's
hey,
our dragon encounter.
yeah, we're just like, hey, if you don't kill us, we won't bug you.
Yeah. So basically, we're like, we're friends, right? Just cool. Bye. Adios.
And now, welcome to the Battle of Nortonbond.
So we use Balram flyback, and the dwarves are getting attacked by the Urukai. Also, Doge, I am going to ask that you drop me some mana potions at some point.
Okay, I will do so here in just a little bit.
And maybe some health potions as well. Because I am at 8 and 16.
Okay. We're gonna... I'm dropping 20 health potions. And...
Okay, I got him.
And I just dropped 10 mana potions.
One's teetering.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Should be good till the end of the run now. Alright.
So now here,
towers.
they're going to be bringing up siege towers. Once they bring them up, we just have to shoot them. And you'll notice I'm kind of shooting like as close to the wall as possible. That's because that hole, there actually is a like a hole there in the hitbox. Why am I dropping instead of giving? So I drop because sometimes when you give items, the game just won't actually give them the items.
Yeah, sometimes whenever you give the person the items, they will basically just disappear, so neither of us get them.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's, again, more perks of this run.
Yeah, when we first started trying to tackle this game, we were told that it is a buggy mess.
It has a
in
lot
some
of small
regards.
bugs, but like nothing major.
Yeah, they made it bigger than it really is. They told us that they were all major, and honestly, they're all fairly minor. But there's just a lot of minor things.
Okay, I'm going to upgrade my stamina and then start increasing my two-handed damage. Okay, so our crossbows here are going to get destroyed. And then we have to defend this inner door for a while. Texas Warrior is going to be running and at the bulk of it, but I'm kind of hiding in the back because some sappers will be showing up again.
We can never escape them.
And so I just chill out here at the top of this.
And basically, they drop a boatload of arrows, so if either of us was ever concerned about arrows, we no longer have to be.
Yeah, and I'm also kind of hydrating this right now. I have my left hand on my control stick moving me around, and then my right hand is on my mouse.
Which I should be doing the same, since but I don't know the key bindings for my abilities on mouse and keyboard. Now they will be coming from both sides on this one, so I have to back up and worry about one side or the other, unfortunately. Now, so it's going to be him staying at the door, making sure to protect the other side while I deal with this one. And at this point, I can literally just use arrows willy-nilly because every stack in front of me is arrows. And they will be coming through the main gate.
I got these trolls here. One troll is dead. The other one is, he's on a mission.
Booking it.
And the other troll is dead.
Now we need to kill this one guy, and there will be a champion about to come through.
And hopefully, if we get extraordinarily lucky, the champion will glitch himself into the door.
And make it where we can just unload on him.
Oh, I didn't get a headshot. That sucks. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him with my stun shot. That should give you an option for a crit.
It does. I just gotta get to him. Got him.
Which will stagger. And he's dead.
And that went significantly quicker than it normally does.
And so now here, we just need to clear out these enemies. And then I'm going to pick up a lot of these arrows, so that way we literally don't even need to shop at all before we go into Karndoon.
Yeah, because I have enough potions now to where I don't need to shop. And
we just sit here
There we
and wait
go.
for dialogue to trigger. Oh yeah, Belaram got hit with a catapult and is like almost down.
yeah, so Belaram, while him and his bird friends were coming, trying to fend off a lot of the forces of Agendour, specifically, I can't remember what they're called, I'm blanking. But they all took a catapult shot, killing the two other friends that Belaram has had throughout the game that we got to see in one area. And our bird friend Belaram is now fatally wounded. Almost.
So be it then. I can spare no one.
Almost.
All right.
Them would be
And so now we're gonna go check on our little burb.
He is alive, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm at 80. I was just taking a look at my arrow count. I'm at 80, so.
Yeah, dude, you shouldn't have had to look. You should have known that you're full after that fight.
And so now we're just gonna
Talk to
chill
her.
here. Talk to the burb. Tell him that
Now-
he's not gonna come with because he's nearly dead.
Our friend.
Well, you're not coming with because you will die.
Agendour did not leave.
You must do nothing. No. You must leave that.
Do you have your damage buff yet?
Folk of Nortonbond.
I got one tick of it. I messed up on one, so instead of 2 ticks, I got 1.
Okay.
I have it.
And now we're just gonna come up here and we're gonna head out to our last area, of the game, Karn Doom, and we are making actually really good time.
Now, I do not remember how much time this area takes, so I cannot tell you if we are ahead or behind right now on world record pace. All I know is that the game will be ending in the next 10 minutes if nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
10-15 minutes if nothing at all goes wrong.
Alright, so I'm actually purposely going behind Texas Warrior because for some reason he's really good at remembering this area and I am not.
You say that, I'm going to go take the wrong turn. To the right. To the left. Take it back now, y'all.
One hop this time. Andrea teleported in front of me and body blocked me.
Left. Around to the left. Right. Right. Around to the right. And around to the left. And then another right. Well, actually, no, we'll go forward for a bit. Oh yeah, we can start going right up the stairs.
I'm gonna stick by the door.
Go for it. I'll go for the lever since I'm ahead.
So yeah, he's gonna run up for the door. I'm just gonna run up for the lever that's over there. That's gonna open this door. Yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling here.
Basically what he's going to do is when I'm trying to get back to the door over there, he's going to kill the people to get them out of my way. Since it takes a little bit. Alright, I'm coming towards the door now.
And the only things that are in the way are the little, like, goblin-like people.
Clickety clackety on the door.
Ah! I keep getting bodied.
Now we gotta wait for the skate to go up. Now, this part we just run.
And roll.
Hey, remember that LB is block, and if those sword guys get on you, just block.
Yep.
It just says proceed. That was weird. It said gather your party for me. That's weird.
Yeah.
Alright, so in this part, we only need to kill trolls.
Yep.
We kill the 2 trolls, we're out of the area.
And I'm just immediately rushing
the
lever here. Which is then going to bring in our first troll.
I'll get the right side troll, you get the other one.
And then we got our middle troll.
Yeah, you get the middle troll.
Oh, I got knocked down. That sucks.
Since you do more damage overall.
Yeah, I just keep losing my heavy shot by this mob of enemies.
My troll's dead. I'm doing long execution though.
Okay, I've hardly gotten any damage off on mine because I'm getting mobbed. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep attempting to fight. Oh my gosh.
He's...
Okay, he's stuttering, so let's go.
No reason we don't wait. He pushed you through the zone. Alright, we don't need to kill anyone here, right?
Not these guys up here.
Oh, I'm gonna kill the sorcerer because he's the only one. Alright.
It's these guys we're gonna fight.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go up top, you stay down because more enemies are down.
Okay.
And this way I can literally just use my headshots to kill them.
I cannot do that yet.
Well, it wasn't a headshot? Okay.
Assist me.
Okay, please, like, die. I totally missed my headshot there. Oh, Andrea's got some friends. Cool.
Door's open. Now, if we can somehow magically do the Agendour fight in under 2 minutes...
We gotta remember, we only lost 0.2 seconds to gold in our PB, and that was with a soft lock. So, we're now going into the final boss fight of the game. Our wonderful friend, Agendour.
And it will be close to actual world record pace here. We gotta do 2 different sections though, in under 1:30. Oh.
Do that, that'll get you a crit. Okay, first phase is already done.
And this troll we have to hard execute, remember?
Yeah, and don't forget about your damage buff.
I did it. Blame me, I forgot about it for the first part. I didn't do long strat. It didn't do long execution.
I got him.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's weird. Power potion.
Okay, and that's the first half of Agenauer dead.
And we have 30... I don't know what time in 209 that it is.
209:58.
I think it's later, but... 209:58.
It's a very high 209. No, I just have it just remembered.
Oh, I don't, so... Oh god, I took a lot for that.
Go. Hey, I actually got a decent headshot.
Don't use Belarum. Because if you use Belarum, we soft block him.
Yeah.
Do the glitch.
No, we are not going to purposely soft block Slade. Okay, where is he?
Why? It worked for me.
Yeah, we got lucky with you.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, we had an
Alright,
instance.
as soon as he dies, you will be stopping the timer, by the way.
Yep. Oh, I got knocked down. That sucks. Nice. And time.
And...
Wait, not yet, not yet.
Oh,
One more hit. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
And time. Oh gosh,
Oh,
I
God.
can't see it on the screen.
Oh no. Oh.
That's world record. Let's go!
Nice job.
World record by 19 seconds.
Oh, let's go.
That is amazing.
Oh. We did, it is actually 1 second longer though, because they did accidentally stop the time for like a millisecond when you